Hello, my name is Diana Sinton. I'm the Executive Director of UCGIS, the University Consortium for Geographic Information Science, and I also teach GIS at Cornell University in the state of New York. Today I'd like to talk a little bit about GIS, or Geographic Information Systems. GIS refers to a collection of computer-based technologies that allow people to make dynamic maps of anywhere in the world, or underground, or under the ocean, or on any planet. The system is particularly powerful because it can have a rich database behind it that allows anyone to ask and answer questions about any of the layers of information that make up that map. So it's widely used in the professional world. It's used, in fact, throughout the world to manage the infrastructure of cities, to plan new highways, to route airplanes, and to help emergency management respond to disasters. But it can also be accessible enough for students to learn, and they have just as many questions to ask about their communities and things that they want to learn about the world. Organizing questions, figuring out answers, and reaching decisions is what adults have to do all day long. It's now the year 2016. We're 16 years into this century, and there's a growing consensus that the skills we need to cope and manage include problem solving, creativity, analytic thinking, collaboration, communication, all together with a sense of ethics, action, and accountability. Smart use of GIS isn't the only way to achieve competence and skills like these, of course, but it has absolute and clear connections with every single one of these areas. That is why it's become the educational technology of choice in so many school subjects. And its popularity keeps growing because students can become so successful with it. It's not just someone making a simple map and putting a pin down where their house or school is. It's spatial analysis using real data that students may have collected themselves, and they learn the same tools and methods that professionals use and generate results and answers that are just as meaningful. GIS is not just the making of maps. This information technology connects with many other digital technologies to collect information, such as using unmanned aircraft systems. And computer programming can be an important part of it, as well as virtual and augmented reality, which lets you understand more about your real world by manipulating models of it. In a recent article on the global landscape of GIS in secondary education, researchers found a growing number of schools that had begun to integrate GIS into their national curriculum, design web-based GIS interfaces for the educators to use, and launch industry and university partnerships to make it happen. A quote from that paper states, "All the examples of using GIS around the world make it clear that educators and students are using these tools and methods to engage in deep and meaningful inquiry, problem-based learning, peer mentoring, and working with real-world problems, tools, and data. They are using technology in meaningful ways as a tool to grapple with relevant, current issues, rather than using technology for technology's sake." In another study of GIS adoption among senior high school geography teachers in Taiwan, the researchers found that the GIS that they used was perceived to be the most useful to enhance learning, to provide real-world relevance to subjects, to increase student learning motivation and interests, and to help the integration of different subjects. The world is recognizing the logical and powerful connections between GIS and learning across all STEM disciplines, which is why you have news stories just this month about schools in Singapore adopting smart mapping technology to promote learning. And the education the Education Ministry in Jamaica, coordinating with the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation to support and manage GIS in dozens of schools. GIS reaches into our metacognition to help us learn not only about our local physical and natural environments. In fact, it supports learning of all types. Learning how to think spatially is a form of learning how to learn, period. Which is one reason why it's exciting that GIS use may be on the rise in Belize schools as well. Thank you for this opportunity to share with you. I appreciate your commitment to your students' success, and I look forward to future conversations.